Good morning. I wanted to begin with something that captured the idea of wonder, wide-eyed excitement. And for us to see that there's something wise about being captivated by wonder. And when was the last time that happened for you? Where you were just gobsmacked, where you couldn't take your eyes off something thinking, how does that work? Or are you like many and maybe most of us who need the answers all tidy and all of the explanations logically lining up? Do you need mastery over a subject so that you feel like you've got a handle on it and you understand how everything works and fits together? My question then is, how's that working out for you? I mean, have you got it all explained? Do you understand how everything works? Or are there still some questions? Are you able to make sense of life that way? Have you fathomed the deep mysteries? I wonder, have you lost your capacity to wonder and then to realise how wonderful things are meant to be? The proverb that we're looking at this morning actually seeks to have us think about that kind of a question. We're looking at Proverbs chapter 30 and verses 18 to 19. Because this is a proverb that invites you to say, I haven't got a clue. I can't explain it, but I'm mesmerised by it. This is an invitation for us to say, I'm small and not knowing is actually okay. In fact, it's probably the way it's meant to be, because when I can explain things, then they all of a sudden lose their wonder. I've somehow matured past that childlike delight that there is in not understanding. You see, we even sometimes think that when it comes to the things of God, that we can understand so much of what God is like that we've explained him away and we've lost that childlike devotion that runs to Jesus, runs to God, and just wants to say, you're big and I'm small. The not being able to comprehend stuff doesn't just relate to God. It also relates to all the things around us, even the things in the natural world, doesn't it? Proverbs chapter 30 and verse 18 and 19. There are three things that are too amazing for me and four that I just don't understand. The first, the way of an eagle in the sky, the way of a snake on a rock, the way of a ship on the high seas, and the way of a man with a young woman. I mean, can you explain those things? Can you explain the way of an eagle in the sky? When you see a bird as big as that, how does it fly? And how does it gain altitude without even flapping its wings? What's going on there? Oh, there's thermals and there's wind current. No, don't explain it. Just be caught with the wonder of it. And what of that snake there, the cold-blooded thing, and it's heating itself up on the rock, and it looks like it couldn't move at all, but it has this incredible capacity. But you say, oh, it's got no legs, but you see there's this way that the spinal column and the way that its underbelly... No, don't explain it. It can dart as quick as that. How is that understood? No legs, and yet it can move with such fierce pace. And the way of a ship, that thing that's so heavy. I mean, how many tons is that? And yet it floats. And then it can make its way without road or without navigational marker and find it. I don't know. I can't explain it. Don't even try to explain it to me, because I'm caught in the wonder of it all. And the way of a man and a young lady. I mean, can you explain that? Oh, yes, well, it's about hormones. No, don't explain it. That thing that happens when there is young love, it's wonderful. And when we explain it away, we lose the wonder of it. And so here is an invitation today to be captivated by a world you can't always explain, and certainly by a God that you can't explain. To be caught by the wonder of what God is like and what his world is like, and not to kind of push back and say, I need it to be rational. Jesus in Matthew chapter 19 has a whole lot of people being brought to him, and children are brought, and the disciples say, no, this is an adult's thing. And Jesus says in verse 14, let the little children come to me, and do not hinder them, for the kingdom of heaven belongs to such as these. Ravi Zacharias wrote a book a number of years ago, and I'm reading back through it at the moment. It's called Recapture the Wonder. And in it he starts the chapter by saying this: the tragedy with growing up is not that we lose childishness in its simplicity, but that we lose childlikeness in its sublimity. Will you be captured today by the sublime, by the wonder? Will you say, there's 3 things, there's 4 things, there's so many things that amaze me? And God, we give you great thanks that you are the God who knows all, and we're captured by the wonder of it all.